Hey guys, Houndoomed here, coming at you once again with another episode of Pokemon Emerald. On the last episode, we explored Petalburg City as well as the Petalburg Woods and got ourselves to just south of Rustboro City. On this episode, I didn't mean to do that, we're pretty much going to be exploring Rustboro City as well as the route east. So yeah, I need to heal. But here is Rustboro City. Let's just heal before we do anything else. Just because that's what you should always do when you get to a new city. Let's move on. I think I need some more Pokeballs to be honest. To be quite honest. Anyway, let's see what's happening over here. Oh, hello, Skitty. Devon Corporation's workers live in this building. You don't need to tell me that twice. But okay, cool. I'm happy for them, I guess. He doesn't look like a worker. Hello, you tyke. My daddy's working at the corporation. My daddy made this, but I can't use it, so you can have it. So it gives you a Premier Ball, which is kind of nice. You can get more if you buy Pokeballs in multiples of 10 at the Pokemon Mart. Way back in the old days, Devon was just a teeny tiny company. Well, I'm happy that it managed to grow into such a big company then. What do you have to say for yourself? Devon's president likes to collect rare stones. Is his name Stephen? I think the president's son also collects rare stones. Is he also named Stephen? Just everyone's named Stephen, pretty much. Let's get out of this building and let's see what else the place has to offer. You need to come in this house regardless, I think. Trying to think of a place where you actually need to use cut. But whatever, you will want to get cut here. Which is the hidden machine. You can't use it outside of battle yet. You need the, or depending on when you get it, but you need the gym badge. In Rustboro City to be able to use cut. When they were expanding the city of Rustboro, my dad helped out. He made his Pokemon use cut to clear the land of trees. Cool. Can Paul learn cut? No. So I'd need to catch a new Pokemon basically. That's fine. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, who might you be? You're a new face around these parts. Have you just transferred into the Pokemon Trainer School? No, because I'm better than that. As you can see from my clothing and the fact that I have Pokemon. Every Pokemon has a special ability that it can use. That's true. Pokemon are such strange creatures. Don't listen to her. She's just trying to hurt you. Ignore her, Bladestorm, it's fine. Oh, it's so hard every day. What's hard? You need to ask? I'm trying to figure out what to make for meals every day. It really isn't easy coming up with meals every day. Oh, I didn't mean to speak to you twice. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Pepper household. I have a question for you. Have you ever babysat? You see, I'm a new father, so raising a child is all new to me. And I have a problem. My daughter Walda doesn't laugh enough. I think she'd laugh at me if I told her something. Really? Do you know of a funny word or phrase you can tell me? You basically, you need to enter these special codes basically, and you get some custom wallpapers on your PC boxes if you so desire to have that. I'll link a website in the description where you can do that, because I do know of a website where you can find them out, but anyway. For my own Pokemon, I give them perfectly suited nicknames. It's my expression of originality. Yes, that's it. Pikachu. Right, okay. That's not really... But giving the name Pikachu to a Pikachu, it seems pointless. I suppose it is good to use a name that's easy to understand, but... See, I would just exchange the I for two E's, and then you can put it as Peek-at-you in the shower. Ha ha ha. I'm so funny! Not really. Pokemon Trainer School. If I go to this school, will I be able to catch rare Pokemon easily? Yeah, maybe. I don't think that's usually how it works, but whatever. Did you know this? You can have a 2-on battle 2-on-2 battle even if you're not with another trainer. If you catch the eyes of 2 trainers when you have 2 or more Pokemon, they'll both challenge you. Don't you think it'd be cool if you could beat 2 trainers by yourself? Well, it's not... maybe, I guess. I mean, whatever. I could probably do it. Roxanne, the gym leader, really knows a lot about Pokemon. She's really strong too. That's probably why she's a gym leader. Her training school is excellent. If you study there, you could even become a gym leader. Maybe I better study there because I want to be a gym leader. Oh, it's you. What are you doing here, creep? Hello, didn't we meet before? I think back in Petalburg City. Let me introduce myself. My name's Scott. I've been travelling everywhere in search of outstanding trainers. More specifically, I'm looking for Pokemon Battle experts. So what brings you to this school? Are you a trainer too? The first thing you should do is have a Pokemon learn the move Cut. If I remember correctly, someone in this town has Cut. Yeah, I have it. Pokemon can hold items, but they don't know what to do with man-made items like Potion and Antidote. That's true. A Pokemon holding a berry will heal itself. There are many kinds of items that Pokemon can hold. Boy, it sure is hard taking notes down. That it may be. I'm trading Pokemon with my friend right now. Sorry to interrupt. You know how some Pokemon moves can confuse a Pokemon? A confused Pokemon will sometimes attack itself without meaning to. Once it leaves battle, it will turn to normal. I always wanted a Seedot, and I'm finally getting one. Well, I'm happy for you. Hey, I was just talking to you. Why are you walking off? Very rude. Students who don't study get a little taste of my Quick Claw. Whether or not you're a good student will be evident from the way you use this item. So he gives you a Quick Claw, which is very useful for slow Pokemon. If you wish to read about statuses, then you can do so right there. Such as poison, sleep, burn, paralysis, and freezing. Yeah. Hello, hello. I challenged the gym leader, but it's not going to be easy winning with my Fire-type Pokemon. Fire-type Pokemon don't match up well against Rock-type Pokemon. That's very true. So here is the gym. My Pokemon is cute? Sure, I knew that. But if you really want, I'm willing to trade it with you. I'll trade you my Seedot for a Ralts if you want. This is an okay trade. I mean, Ralts is obviously much more common than Seedot, despite Ralts still being pretty damn rare. If you do wish to get yourself a Shiftry though, that is obviously the place to get one, because Seedot is stupidly rare. That is a different trade in Ruby and Sapphire. I will try and look up at what that trade is. So let's see. Oh, there's nothing down here. So let's go into the Devon Corp. Why not? Why the heck not? So let's have a look. Hello and welcome to the Devon Corporation. We're proud producers of items and medicine that enhance your life. Well, good. Hey, those running shoes. Those are one of our products. It makes me happy when I see someone using something we made. Well, good. I'm sorry, only authorized people are allowed to enter here. How rude. Alright, so that's pretty much the extent of Rustboro City. Not much to do. I need to buy some more Pokeballs before I do anything else, because there is a new Pokemon I want to catch on the next route. Yes, that's true. So let's buy these in multiples of 10, just so I can get a couple of Premier Balls. Woohoo, Premier Ball. So useful. Not really, but I think they just look cool. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what's north of the city first. Jesus, you need to cut down on the snacks there, bud. The Devon Corporation. We all just shorten it to Devon. That company makes all sorts of convenient products. Well, how useful. Exploring a cave isn't like walking on a road. You never know when wild Pokemon will appear. It's full of suspense. Maybe it is. Alright, so just looking up the trade in Ruby and Sapphire, if you in Ruby and Sapphire you can trade a Slakoth for a Makuhita, which is a fighting type Pokemon. I won't review it now just because it will get its full review just before the second badge, which is the standard time for it to be reviewed. But since this episode hasn't really taken very long, let's head on to Route 116. There are some new Pokemon here, which I will be covering in Pokemon reviews right now. One of the new Pokemon you can find on Route 116 is Whismur. Whismur is a normal type and can have the ability Soundproof. Can be found on routes 116, Rust Earth Tunnel, the Victory Road and Desert Underpass in Emerald, and in Ruby and Sapphire it can be found at the same places except for the Desert Underpass, which is unique to Emerald. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's pretty paper thin defensively, with having relatively a high HP, but those defences are disgraceful. With kind of okay attacking stats for totally unevolved Pokemon, it's kind of okay. Its speed is also very low, however. When it evolves into Loudred at level 20, its stats increase all by 20, and it follows that theme when it evolves into Exploud as well. But yeah, its defences are still incredibly low, however its HP is kind of backing it up a little bit more now, with decent mixed attacking stats, and its speed is okay. It can be found in Emerald at the Victory Road and Desert Underpass in Emerald, and then in Ruby and Sapphire just the Victory Road. At level 40 it will evolve into Exploud, and when it does so it will have its stats increased by 20 once again. Its speed will kind of be ish slow, ish fast, it's kind of okay. Mixed attacking stats are decent enough, and its defences are still relatively low, but that HP is definitely backing it up. When looking at Exploud is kind of an okay normal type. It's far from the best, but it's far from the worst as well. I'd have to say that Exploud is one of the better Pokemon in the game, just because despite it being quite slow, it learns a lot of different types of moves. It's got fantastic coverage. It can learn tons of different types of moves, including moves such as I think it learns Surf, it learns Overheat, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam. It learns all of those, I think, and Hyper Voice. I think that's a unique move for it in this generation. I'm not sure. I think it is. But yeah, Exploud is okay. It could be a lot better, but it's okay. I'd give Exploud about 2.5 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 116 is Nincada. Nincada is a bug ground type and can have the ability Compound Ice. It's just found on Route 116. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's fairly plain pretty much everywhere, apart from its physical defense is pretty high for an unevolved Pokemon. But it's kind of okay. I mean, it's obviously, looking at those stats, it must be presumed to be a defensive Pokemon, which it is not. It doesn't do its job very well. But at level 20 it will evolve into Ninjask, and its ground type will turn into a flying type, and Ninjask will end up becoming one of the fastest Pokemon in the entire game. Only slower than Deoxys Speed, I'm pretty sure. Its other stats are quite lousy, except for its physical attack is presentable. It gets the ability Speed Boost, which makes its speed even faster. I mean, Ninjask is just lightning quick. And its physical attack is on the okay side. It can also learn Swords Dance at level 25, which is a great move for it. When thinking about Ninjask though, the problem with Ninjask is that it has a very barren move pool when it comes to for bug type moves, because obviously there are very, very few good bug type moves in this game. It learns Fury Cutter, but of course that's a terrible move. It doesn't learn Fly either. It gets Aerial Ace though, which is okay, it's presentable for it. And it obviously can learn the good old Hidden Power, as well as Dig, interesting. But yeah, I mean, Ninjask is not really a great Pokemon. It's also paper thin defensively. Even resisted attacks are going to do a ton to it. However, if you need a Pokemon to do a ton of, be very quick and get in some quick damage, Ninjask is definitely your guy. I'd have to say that Ninjask only gets about 2 stars tops, just because it's not really very good. When you evolve it into a Ninjask though, if you have a free slot in your party, you'll also get a Shedinja,
pop up in your party, which is kind of odd really. I mean, it's kind of spooky how it turns up there. But it is a bug ghost type, which is interesting as it's the only Pokemon with that type combination so far. Its ability will change into Wonder Guard, which is quite an interesting ability. And when looking at its stats, you can see that it's got the same physical attack as Ninjask, but the rest of its stats are drastically decreased, having one of the worst stat totals of any fully evolved Pokemon in the game. I think only second to Ditto, actually. I think it's second to Ditto, so Ginger might even be the worst, I'm not sure. But obviously the main stat that stands out is its HP of 1, and it will remain 1 for the entire leveling process. The reason why this is because of Wonder Guard. Wonder Guard makes it so that only super effective hits will actually damage it. Now this may sound like quite a huge juice. I mean, it sounds like it would be a very good ability for it, which it is. However, Shedinja is like incredibly slow, unbelievably slow, as well as paper thin defensively, obviously. And its attack stat is not that great. I think it can learn Swords Dance, but it again has no bug type moves to speak of. Can learn Shadow Ball though for a ghost type move, which is nice. I think it also learns Dig, but it has a very barren move pool. It really doesn't do very well, and when you consider its Wonder Guard, it's weak to like 6 types, which is quite glaring, especially some of them which are very common, such as Dark, Fire and Flying. Those are very common types, so it's kind of difficult to utilise Shedinja very well. As well as that, it also dies to any attack, like, well, not attack, but like a move such as Will-O-Wisp or Toxic. As soon as it gets the status, it's dead. Well, of course, a damaging one. Obviously, Freeze and Paralysis won't affect it. But yeah, Shedinja really isn't very good at all, in any respect, just because it's so slow and really doesn't learn very good moves, and its attack is only decent. So Shedinja unfortunately only gets 1 star. Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 116 is Abra. Abra is a Psychic type and can have the abilities either Synchronize or Inner Focus. It can be found at Routes 116 and the Granite Cave in Emerald, and in Ruby and Sapphire can just be found at the Granite Cave. When looking at its stats, you can see that it is a pretty phenomenal Pokemon for a Pokemon that's completely unevolved, having base 105 special attack, which is super high, and is the highest special attack stat of any unevolved Pokemon in the entire game, I'm pretty sure. As well as that, it's got pretty blistering speed for an unevolved Pokemon, but as you would expect, its other stats, namely its physical defense and its HP, are like they're like worse than paper thin. Like, if you flick Abra, it will die. But when it evolves into Kadabra at level 16, its special attack will go even higher to base 120, which is just amazing, and it'll get even faster to base 105, which is seriously high. Again, still paper thin defensively is just awful. Again, a flick will destroy this thing. Any super effective attack is like killing this thing straight away. To evolve it into an Alakazam, you're going to have to trade though. But once you have done so, its special attack and speed will increase by another 15 points, its special attack becoming base 135, which I think was the highest non-legendary special attack stat of any Pokemon at this generation. It's not later on, but I think it is at this generation. I'm not sure, just you can quote me on that, but yeah. But as well as that, its speed is still incredibly high, being lightning quick. Its special defense is also not bad. It will let it take some dark type attacks, for example. Of course, a ghost type attack will ruin this thing. But again, also just still paper thin defensively. When considering Alakazam, your obvious main competitor is Ralts and Gardevoir. Gardevoir is probably a little better, I would say, than Alakazam. Despite Gardevoir being much slower and being slightly less powerful, It's slightly more defensive, and it obviously gets Psychic and it also gets Thunderbolt, whereas Alakazam does not. It will only get Shockwave, which is obviously less powerful. But when you consider the extra 10 points in special attack, it doesn't make too much of a difference. However, other than that, the only other move that it can learn that's an attacking move that's of any use at this point is Hidden Power. It can learn the elemental punches once you get to the Battle Frontier in Emerald. But yeah, obviously in Ruby and Sapphire you won't have access to that. But I mean, Alakazam is a great Pokemon. There's no questions asked about that. However, its defenses and its move pool really hold it back. So I'm going to give Alakazam around about 4.5 stars. The final new Pokemon you can find on Route 116 is Skitty. Skitty is a normal type and can have the ability Cute Charm. Can be found on Route 116 only in all 3 games. When looking at Skitty's stats, you can see that it is fairly dismal. It has no stat over base 50, which is incredibly bad. It really has nothing outstanding about it. It evolves into Delcatty through a Moonstone, and when it does so, all of its abilities stay the same. Can't be found anywhere, must evolve Skitty, and Skitty is incredibly rare, so it'll be difficult. And then when looking at Delcatty's stats, you can see that it is still incredibly awful. None of its stats are over base 70. It probably has one of the worst base stat totals of any Pokemon in the game. Fully evolved Pokemon, that is. It really is a terrible Pokemon, and even though it can learn a lot of good coverage moves, such as Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball and whatever else, it's a normal type, and most other normal types can learn a ton of other moves. But that doesn't mean to say that they're all good, especially Delcatty, because Delcatty is pretty disgraceful. It is one of the worst Pokemon in the game and should not be used on any serious team ever. No joke. It's just a terrible Pokemon. Don't ever use it. 1 star.
Okay, so let's see. Do want to be catching myself a new Pokemon here, but it is relatively rare. So let's see what we can find. What do we have first? A Tailo, cool. That's not the new Pokemon I want to find. Good flying type though. Pretty decent. Let's see what else. A Repel hidden right there. Well, it's not hidden actually. I don't know why I said hidden. Hello. My bug Pokemon are tough. Let's battle. I'm sure it's not, but I will battle you anyway. A Wurmple. How predictable, and how boring, and how useless. Alright, let's just use Quick Attack. Same old. String Shot. Big deal! I'm still using a move that is bypassing that String Shot altogether, so whatever you want to do. Don't. Of course. Had to poison. Of course, just, you know. Could not poison. And an Nincada. Cool. Very odd typing Nincada has. Has a totally unique typing. Bug ground. Oh no, it's not unique. It is in this gen, but not in 4th. As Wormadam Sandycloak. Have the same typing. This is going to take a while. I probably ought to heal that poison. Don't have anything to heal it with, but I do have some Pecha Berries, so let's just use one of those. On Bladestorm, yes. Now let's use... Well, let's use that Super Potion, because I'm not... Oh, I have 2 now. But I don't really need to use a potion. A Harden. Actually, I'm wondering why I'm even using Quick Attack, because Bullet Seed is actually normally effective, so I may as well just use Bullet Seed. Bypassing the Harden as well, so... Yeah. Yay, 3 hits, woohoo. Take that Nincada down. I lost. I thought I had you. You didn't. You did not. You did not. My Pokemon rule. Check them out. Maybe I will. But I'm sure it's nothing special. So what do you have? Oh, he's Youngster Joey. But you don't have a Rattata. Instead you have a Machop, which is like 1 billion times better than that stupid Rattata that you had forever. Oh Jesus, this is going to take a while. Only hit twice. How boring. Come on, let's take this thing down. Back to the Magic 3 again. Focus Energy. Not too bothered about that, since I probably can take her out this turn. Yep, critical hit as well. Just to rub salt in your wounds. Whoa, a lot of experience. Grow to level 15 anyway. Ouch, a scrape. I have to put on a bandage. Right. How did you get a scrape exactly? Let's see what we have here. A Whismur. One of the new Pokemon you can find, but not one of the ones I want to get. Hello. I study at school, and I study on the way home too. Well, you do more studying than me then. Oh dear. Hello Karen, what do you have? A Shroomish. I'm so sick of these grass types. She's quick attack. Good. I'm glad that missed. I mean, quick attack still bypasses paralysis, but I really cannot be bothered with paralysis right now. Well, that did a whole lot of nothing. Still gonna do a whole lot of nothing, to be quite honest. Come on, let's just get this thing out of here. Good. About time. I'm in shock. I lost? You did, yes. That's very observant of you. What do we have now? Another Whismur. Still don't need you. Still don't need you. Still have no need for you. All of these empty patches of grass look very suspicious. Hello Poochyena, I don't need you either. So many useless Pokemon here. Hello, hello. It's a dead end up here. I'm bored, so can we battle? If you step between them and they both face you, you can fight these two in a double battle. Not the Shroomish. Can we stop with the grass types, please? You'll have a field day of using a Torchic. Not so much if you're using a Mudkip. And it's just frustrating when I'm using a Trico. Stun Spore. How frustrating. Luckily I have a Paralyze heal, so I can cure that right up. And a Lotad. That's okay, I'm fine with that grass type. Since I can actually use Bullet Seed against it. Astonish. Don't flinch, please. Ugh, we're not going through Paraflinch here, come on. Damn straight. Oh, come on. Only twice, lovely. Growl, I can deal with that. Not too bothered. Come on. Woohoo. Got it out of here. Nice amount of experience as well. That was fun, even though I lost. Well, good. I'm glad you had fun. Because that's what Pokemon battles are all about, really. Apart from getting strong, which you are not. Alright, so let's use that Paralyze heal, and let's fight this guy. If the tunnel doesn't go through, then I'll just go over the top. Okay, I'm happy for you. Clark, what do you... Oh, Geodude, yeah, great. These Geodudes are going to be good practice for the gym, though. as it is a rock type gym. Surprise, surprise. And grow level 16, a magic number, woohoo. Trying to learn Pursuit. Why not? Get some extra coverage. Let's get rid of that Leah, I don't really need it. Yay, we have Pursuit now. Losing made me tired. Right, calling out attacks makes you tired? Think you need to do a bit more exercise there. But anyway, magic number, level 16. I was about to say Torchic. My Trico's evolving into Grovyle. Woohoo! How's Grovyle now? And trying to learn another new move, Fury Cutter. Not a great move, but better than Absorb, to be quite honest. So we may as well have as much coverage as wherever we can get it. And it helps me take on the grass types, so I'm not complaining. Alright, so let's fight this guy. Whoa, rock you. Wow. Okay. Think you probably could have worded that a little better, but whatever. Whatever you want. Alright, Devon. That's very close to the corporation's name, but whatever. Alright, let's just go for Bullet Seed. Take this Geodude out with no issues whatsoever. And another Geodude. Alright, cool. Level 8 also. Again, no trouble taking out these Geodude. Absolutely no trouble whatsoever. Aye, no contest at all. That's true, because I just whipped your ass. Alright, so the next special right there, which is quite useful for the gym if you've got that grass or water type. Alright, so... Right, okay, so let's go into here first, before we do anything else. There's only one Pokemon you can find here, and it's going to be this one. It is Whismur. Don't need to cover it though, because it's caught on the route previous, so it got its review there. Didn't mean to do that, I meant to press run. Don't need a Whismur. Okay, so there's a Pokeball right there. That's something you need. Thinking about it, I do actually want to catch my new Pokemon before I fight that guy. Because there is a guy in there. This Pokemon's quite rare though, so I won't bore you. But when I find one, I will try and catch it. Well, I'll show you what it is, because it's quite difficult to catch. But I'll see you in a sec. Alright, so here it is. This is the Pokemon I want to catch. Abra. Of course, as we all know, Abra is incredibly difficult to catch because you can only have one chance, and it has to be at full health. Unless you have a Pokemon with the move Taunt, which I don't think you would have at this point. Let's use a Premier Ball just because they look cool. But I'm not expecting much. 1, 2, 3... Oh, cool. Well, there we go then. I caught an Abra. I also do want to catch myself an Incada on this route just to use Cut with. Alright, so, what the hell do I call this thing? It's a male. Let me see, what can I call this thing? This is going to be a pretty stupid nickname, and I will end up actually catching another one, because I do want a female one. Let's just call it Psy. After the guy who did Gangnam Style, whatever. Let's see what nature it has. Okay, well that's a terrible nature anyway. That raises physical defense and lowers special attack, which is quite possibly one of the worst natures ever for a Kadabra. Well, Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam. So I will catch myself another one off screen, but yeah, Abra right there, and I will catch myself an Incada off screen as well. So, yeah, I do preferably want to fight this next guy with my Abra in hand, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's just head inside. Oh yeah, you need to take on the gym first, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I guess it won't matter then. Yeah, I forgot that. You need to do the gym first. That's fine. Right, okay. So, this is pretty much the end of the episode. I'll end it off here. Alright, so on the next episode we will be taking on the Rustboro Gym, and off screen I will be catching myself an Incada to use cut with, and the new Abra to use on my team. So I'll be back in a, well, I'm saying back, I'll be back in a bit. I'm ending the episode. So I'll see you next time, guys.